Hi, my name is Sarah Gross. I'm the Executive Director of the Dialectical Behavior Therapy, or DBT, program at Nystrom & Associates. And I'm going to share a few skills today that we think might be helpful to help during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. In DBT, the foundation of all of our coping skills is what's called mindfulness. And I'd like to share a few mindfulness skills today. And we'll also be posting additional videos with more mindfulness skills and practices, also skills called distress tolerance skills and emotion regulation skills, and those will be coming in the coming days. A good definition for mindfulness is living in the present moment with awareness. So a few skills I'd like to share today are what's called observe, describe, and living one mindfully in the moment. So observing and describing are basically learning to get a little bit of space between yourself and your experience. So for instance, when we have a thought, something about our health or the health of our loved ones, or a strong emotion, a wave of anxiety, panic, depression, observing and describing, what we do is we step back from that experience and we sort of watch it. Observing is kind of a wordless watching. We take in the experience with our five senses. We notice, maybe we notice our stomach muscles tightening, or the thought, I won't be able to pay my rent, crosses our mind. And what observing and describing does is we notice it without words, and then we describe it with words. And we can say things like, the thought that I can't pay my rent just went through my mind, or a strong wave of sadness or anxiety just went through me. But with observing and describing, we get a little bit of a distance from it and can see that it's just a thought or it's just an emotion. Often what we do is we sort of hop on the train of that thought or emotion, and we go down the tracks and we get all caught up in it, and it can lead to overwhelming thoughts and feelings. Observing and describing helps us get that little bit of distance so that we can observe a thought or a feeling as just a thought or a feeling. And this takes practice, but over time it can really help us have control of our minds versus our minds being in control of us. An additional skill is what's called one mindfully in the moment, which is really about just being in the present moment on purpose. When your mind wanders, bring it back. Bring yourself back to sensations, using your senses again, sight, smell, taste, touch, to just ground yourself in this moment. And when we're in the moment, we can usually handle the current moment. We can't handle all our future fears and worries and concerns, but we can handle the current moment. So I'd encourage you to just begin to practice these skills. Again, we'll be posting more ideas. We'll even do some guided mindfulness practices to help us get through this difficult time. And in the midst of all this, also a big mindfulness practice is self-compassion. Extend yourself a lot of grace, a lot of compassion. This is uncharted territory. So as much as possible to remind yourself that this too shall pass, you will get through this, and to give yourself as much compassion as you can. Be well.